Twisted Fusion stars a group of 3 heroines, Cora, Erica, and Misha, who are transported to an alternate dimension upon a fateful meeting. Because of the atmosphere's makeup, their playful water guns are unlimited and can hurt monsters. Their goal is to escape this dimension by collecting mythical stones found throughout a handful of towers, along with helping the citizens trapped within for good measure. Essentially, you could call this an action platformer with RPG elements. I guess I would also describe it a bit like a light Metroidvania in that it takes place in one big connected world, and there are areas only accessible with new abilities. The 3 girls are all armed with twin water gun pistols that shoot infinite amounts of H2O, as I said before. Monsters spawn around the world, and time delegates which creatures populate certain areas. As one would imagine, the night brings terrible horrors compared to the day. Fear not, for the in-game time system can be fast-forwarded at will via your cell phone, which is laid out like a Windows device. Aside from time, the phone can be used to fast travel between statues, raise monsters to fight in arenas, upgrade your characters like giving them a jetpack, or you can even unlock new heroes to swap between. All of them play the same except for their specials, which are a tad overpowered, but sometimes it's nice to have options, especially if you want to take advantage of the 4-player co-op. There's also a difficulty slider that accounts for monsters and loot strength. For example, if you crank it up to 9, monsters are tougher, but in turn you get better rewards. And I think that about summarizes the game, so let's get to the critiquing. This project launched with Kickstarter on March 31st, 2014, and the developer, Lewis Pugh, was looking for £3,000, to which he gained 4,018, I would say about 5,000 US by the end of his campaign. It took over 2 years, and the end result is little more than a template. Let me rephrase that. What I meant to say was Twisted Fusion isn't done. In no possible way could anyone think otherwise. This isn't a video game, again. That was literally my mantra while playing this with every single step. I couldn't believe it. I had to relook at my code info and browse over Pugh's Kickstarter page in case I missed something, but no, this is the official release and final game. If this released on Steam Early Access, I would understand why there are so many problems with the game, but it simply isn't. Let's start with the glitches. In one tower, I was able to bypass locked doors without keys. In a broader capacity, monsters often got stuck in environments, and I wouldn't call this a glitch, but the physics in the game are off as well. The jumping is floaty, and I often only cleared gaps by clipping through the edges. The frame rate is choppy and nauseating to look at, let alone play. Hit detection on monsters is off, where sometimes my water blast would hit, and sometimes they wouldn't. If I could duck, it would have helped, and you get to charge your gun later on if you upgrade the ability, but still, just the physics are off regardless. Aside from the terrible frames, the art in general didn't make it appealing to gaze at either on so many levels. First of all, character designs look like they were ripped straight from the lower tiers of DeviantArt, as if the women should be making out with Sonic, which I assume accounts for at least 10% of the internet. This faux anime style just feels uninspired and it's ugly even in games I love like Dust and Elysian Tale. It just rubs me the wrong way. The game itself looks like Terraria if I had to relate it to something, but it's as if he took assets from the game and quickly copy and pasted them randomly, making everything look the same outside as well as inside. This cookie cutter mentality made it hard to traverse as, guess what, there was no map, causing me to get lost and retread several rooms on repeat while trying to figure out which way to go. Plus, if you play this game on the TV, you'll barely be able to grasp what's going on due to the tiny scale of everything. Now granted, it looks better on the Wii U gamepad, but that's not saying much. Twisted Fusion, to me, isn't so much bad as it is broken and unfinished. I don't hate the ideas put forth by Pugh, but a Metroidvania with RPG elements is my kind of jam, plus I like the idea of co-op. I get it though, video game development is hard, and Lord knows I am not talented enough to make one, so his accomplishment to make at least this is leagues beyond my capabilities. Wholesome message aside, it's a dupe to anyone who buys this game thinking it's finished. I didn't get any joy in ripping apart a game like this, and believe me, I have a lot more to say, but I think you get the point. It's simply not done, and if you buy this game, you will be disappointed and probably feel ripped off. Twisted Fusion offers little else than a very minuscule kernel of an idea. Did you know that was a Reaction Examiner video? If you liked it, you should subscribe to me to keep up with everything that I'm doing. Also, if you have some other interests, like sex for example, check out Tom Ups, which is a comedy sex podcast thing wherein my best friend and I check out the weird and abnormal and the erotic. And of course, you should support me on Patreon because, hey, I want to make the channel better and I want your help to do so. Plus, if you want to check out my writing, check out Game Jerk, where I have archives and new stuff for all projects, okay? You can find all the stuff and more in the description with the links below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.